Did you know that Pepto-Bismol is primarily made of a heavy metal, which just so happens to be one of the heaviest metals and is very rare to find naturally occurring? Usually it's just a byproduct of lead and all these other metals. This is going to be a long video, but I'm going to go into every detail about this toxin they've been feeding us. First, let's start with the fact that this started as a remedy for infant diarrhea. What a coincidence that Procter & Gamble designed this cheery color to reduce fear in children. Procter & Gamble colored this poison pink to appeal to children, but now is not able to be consumed by any children under 12 because it can toxify them with this Ray's syndrome.
Good night.
Good night, dear.
Is that Jimmy?
Stomach's probably upset. What did you feed him at the game?
A couple of hot dogs, some ice cream, popcorn.
No wonder.
Oh, we better give him some.
Pepto-Bismol.
Help turn his restless night to restful sleep with Pepto-Bismol. Pepto-Bismol has coatability for soft, smooth coating action that comes between him and stomach distress.
So what exactly is this Pepto-Bismol made of? This bismuth subsalicylate. And check this stuff out. When it's liquefied, it's just a straight up metal. Let's take a deep dive into what this heavy metal really is. It just so happens to be one of the heaviest metals on Earth, right next to lead, and it's also used as a lead replacement in various contexts. And if you have a free day with a bottle of Pepto-Bismol and some lab equipment, you can even extract this from the Pepto-Bismol itself. It's iridescent and quite pretty. Check out this article where this scientist actually extracted this heavy metal out of the Pepto-Bismol. Look how they brag on their website about how they outsell all these other health remedies. Military also uses this for all kinds of toxic synthetic byproducts. This just so happens to be one of the heaviest metals ever found on the face of the earth, and it also has a life of over 20 billion years. And tell me if this is a coincidence that eating this heavy metal can turn your tongue or your poop black. Here on your government's biotech website, they tell you right here it takes 2 months to wash this poison out of your body. Just so happens that this heavy metal can be used as a replacement for lead in bullets and also can be used in nuclear reactors.
Did you ever have an upset stomach and drink the pink stuff? Did you know that when you're drinking this, you're drinking a really heavy metal that's called bismuth? Bismuth is the metal that you drink when you drink Pepto-Bismol. Bismuth in the Pepto-Bismol is as a compound called bismuth subsalicylate. And this compound is actually what makes the Pepto pink. And researchers have shown bismuth subsalicylate just coats your stomach. It stays as a precipitate, so it stays as a solid. The bismuth doesn't get absorbed in your body. Anything in too much of a large quantity can be dangerous.
Okay, so what's the big idea here? They're trying to exploit the fact that these people are overeating a bunch of toxic foods to go ahead and eat this heavy metal to remedy your stomach from being trashed from these toxic foods. At this point, they're telling us this stuff plain as day, and that's what allows them to be able to do this, because all this information is out for the public to find. People just aren't looking at it. So at this point, they're justifying themselves feeding us heavy metals to try to counteract the effects of eating all this toxic food. So we really need to understand that if you're over here eating a bunch of fake toxic foods and you're having a bunch of stomach problems, it's because you're eating fake toxic food. If you're eating real food, guess what? You're not going to need the Pepto-Bismol because you're going to be able to digest it because it's real food.